Caitlin, what time are you coming home? You haven't done the chores since morning. How many hours do you think it's been already? I need you to come home early and do the housework. I'm sorry, Sabrina. I'm going to stop by at the supermarket and go home. Then get some bread and some chips and beer for Donnie. You're driving, so there's no problem, right? Yes, I'm fine. So, how are you feeling? Are you feeling better? Yes, I'm fine. At first, I was happy that my son's wife was going to move in with us. But you get sick easily, and you're not very attentive. I feel like I shouldn't have lived with you. You even skip housework like this because you're sick. I'm sorry. At least I hope you do your duty as a wife. I guess it'll take time until I see my grandchildren. Actually, about that, what? Don't tell me you can't have a baby because you're too frail. No, I'm pregnant. Huh? You're pregnant? You're really pregnant. You're going to have a baby? Yes, I'm actually in my 3rd month. Hey, why didn't you tell me? So you went to the OB gym today? Yes, that's right. I was actually going to tell you when I'm in the stable period, but I've been feeling worse than expected. So I thought I might cause you trouble in the near future, so I wanted to tell you about it. We live together, so I'll find out before the stable period anyway. If you were pregnant, I would have told you to come home early. So is it a boy? A girl? Which one? We don't know yet. Right, you're still in the 3rd month. Then you won't know yet. But I'm glad to hear that. We have to celebrate to have our first grandchild. Thank you very much. Let's have a gorgeous dinner tonight. I have to tell Donnie and about our celebration. Then get some beef and champagne at the store too. Okay, will do. You're going to be busy from now on. When you find out if it's a boy or a girl, let me know right away. Okay then, I'll be home soon as possible. No problem. Drive safely. We don't want you to get into an accident. Thank you very much. I'll drive safely. Caitlin, please finish cleaning the house before I come back and take out the weeds in the garden. Okay. But I'm sorry, Sabrina. I'm a little dizzy today. It might take me a little longer. You're not exercising enough, are you? I told you to get some stamina to have a baby. Maybe it's because I'm pregnant and my hormones are out of balance. You're not mentally strong enough. You're a mother now. You need to be stronger than before. I'm sorry. I came all the way here to pray for a healthy baby. But if you're like that, even God will be annoyed. And my daughter is having twins, so she's having more difficulty than you. Don't tell me how hard it is to carry one in your belly. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm not blaming you or anything. It's just that when you feel a little sick, you rest and lie down, don't you? I think that's a bad habit. When you become a mother, you have to do housework even when you're sick. You need to realize that you're a mother now. I understand. By the way, not only you but my daughter is pregnant at the same time. I'm so busy. You also have to come to pray before the baby is born. So far, you are the only one who is going to have a baby boy. So you need to make sure you're in a good health. I'll do my best, but I'll raise my child even if he's not healthy enough. You may think so, but I don't. My son's genes are in him, so I think he'll be fine. But I don't want a child as frail as you. Don't say such a bad thing before the baby is born. It's bad luck. I'm sorry. I'd better get back to my chores. Oh, you mean you don't want to hear from me? No, it's not that. It just... my chores are running late. and I don't want to bother you anymore. Then do exactly what you've been told before I get back. Pregnancy isn't a disease. Don't make excuses. Just get moving. Sabrina, I'm done with my checkup. I'm going home now. So, how's the baby? Is everything alright? Yes, everything is fine. That's good to know. I have to tell you something. My daughter is coming back home to have babies, so you have to live here for a while. What? I'm pregnant too. Of course, my daughter comes first. It's okay. Why don't you go back to your parents' house too? You told me to have the baby here, so I haven't done anything about hospital procedures there. You still have 3 months until the due date. It's not too late. You should be out by the end of the month. In the meantime, find a local hospital around your house. Okay. Is something wrong? No, I'm just a little surprised because I wasn't thinking about moving back home. I mean, you could have seen this coming since you got pregnant with my daughter at the same time. And she's having twins. She needs a lot more care than you do. Right. Well, I'll let my parents know that I'm going home. Please do so. She'll stay here for a while after the baby is born, so yeah, you don't have to come back for half of the year or so. Understood. But it's good for you. Your parents will be happy, right? After all, parents will love the baby from their own daughter the most. Oh, sorry. I shouldn't have said this to my daughter-in-law. No, it's okay. Well, it's still better that you're going to have a boy. If it had been a girl, I'd have been fine with just having my daughter's babies. Well, your son is going to take over our family. But don't get too lazy just because you're back home, okay? You need to have stamina to raise a boy. Even if I don't keep an eye on you, you have to exercise every day. Yes, I will. Well, that's that then. You should get ready to leave home as soon as possible. Caitlin, how long are you going to stay at your parents' house? How long do you think it's been since you left here? It's been a while, Sabrina. I think it's been about 6 months since I left your place. If you know what I'm talking about, then come back immediately. You've already had a child. I'd like to meet my grandson. Of course, my daughter's twins are cute, but their face, it's a shame they look a bit like her husband's mother. The one you had looks just like my son, so I'm relieved. I see, but I have no intention of going back to your place. What? What are you talking about? You're still poor being a housemaker. I still have to teach you to do the housework. No, thank you. No, thank you. It's not your decision to make. I assume you've been spoiled back home. My husband and your husband both agree that I don't have to go back. Excuse me, what do you mean? I've already started a new life in my new home. Since you asked me to move out of the house, my husband and I have been looking for a new place to live. In other words, we moved to a new house. You moved? Are you kidding me? Your stuff is still in our house, isn't it? Have you opened the closets and drawers? We finished moving all the big stuff when you were out of town. You let us use the furniture that was there originally, so you didn't even notice. So was it a lie that my son was commuting to work from your parents' house because he wanted to see his child? You guys have a new house, so he was going home to that place? Yes, Donnie and my husband both warned you a lot, didn't they? The sarcasm towards me after we moved in together, and the way you forced me to do things after I got pregnant. Did you forget them? I was telling all kinds of things for you. Even you followed me. I I did argue with you at first. Of course, I might not have said them directly, but I had no choice, right? We had just started living together, and I wanted to get along with you. But the way you treated me was so unreasonable that it has reached to my limit. So I'm not going to stay like that anymore. Your child is the one who's going to take over the family. Just come back. You have a lot to do. No, there's nothing to do in that house. Please forget about us and worry about your own life. What? We're breaking off our relationship, Sabrina. Break off the relationship? I won't allow you to do such a selfish thing. I see, but what do you mean you won't allow it? Is there anything in particular that you can do? I won't even celebrate your child or help him in the future. I'll only adore my daughter's children. We're fine with that. Because that's what we meant. But we're going to keep in touch with Donnie. Please understand that. I'm not going to give you have anything to do with my husband either. I don't think you can stop him. He also couldn't forgive your attitude, which is why he helped us. And your daughter Aline, she says she never wants you to be involved in taking care of her twins ever again. What the? Do you have any idea how much I work for my daughter? You made her breastfeed her children no matter what, and not only making her take care of the twins, but you also make her do the housework right after the birth, didn't you? Of course, she said she was angry and refused you, and regret going back to your house. That's why she returned to her own home earlier than she planned, right? After the birth, her hormones were out of balance, so we had a bit of argument, that's all. But people don't forget what it was like to be trapped in the most difficult time. Even you told her that. The twins weren't pretty in front of her, right? That's not something you should say in front of a mother who worked so hard to give birth. It just slipped my mind. Caitlin, are you really not going to come back home? No, I already have a home to go back to. I was really looking forward to see a grandson, you know. I've been nagging you a lot of things. Or leave the household to you because I wanted you to do your best as a mother. I don't know if you should ask for them even when I'm not feeling well. Pregnancy may not be a disease, but it's about the same. Besides, the condition during pregnancy depends on people. I'm sorry. I apologize. Don't tell me you're not coming back. We're already moved in. We can't. And I'm not going to live with you again just because you apologize. I don't want to live with you. I mean, you're the one who asked me to leave in the first place. I only asked you to move back to your hometown. At first, you told me not to go back to my hometown and have the baby there, right? So I didn't prepare to go back home. And then all of a sudden I was told to get out of the house, you remember? Finding a hospital was difficult. Even if I found a good hospital, I couldn't stay there if it was overcrowded. You forced Ali to come back home too, right? That's because I wanted to be there for my daughter. If that's the case, please tell me to go home from the beginning. We've all had trouble because of you. I completely forgot that you weren't going home. I only realized it when my daughter told me, and that's why I have to tell you on such short notice. No more excuses. I'm not going to see you again. Then I won't get to see my grandson. Who is going to take over my family? Please don't call me like that either. He's a normal child born to my husband and me. Boy or girl, I don't want you to say anything about it. It makes me feel very annoying. Kaylin, I'm so sorry. From now on, I'll try to be careful what I say as much as possible. And I won't ask you to do anything unreasonable or to do housework. You don't have to live with me, but please don't cut me off. I've already made my decision and I won't change my mind. And you made me feel uncomfortable by making me move in with you. It was you who kicked me out of the house. Please don't make excuses and admit it, okay? Later on, I blocked Sabrina. I feel better now that I have told her everything I wanted to say. She texted my husband several times to apologize. He has always been dissatisfied with the way she treated me. Anyway, we were planning to not live with her anymore, so there's no way we can forgive her. Since then, she has been treated coldly by my sister-in-law Ali, which means Sabrina has not been able to see her grandchildren at all. My father-in-law is the only one who can see his grandchildren, so he looks at the picture he took of them. It seems she's feeling sorry, but I don't think I will ever see her again. I'm not going to keep my distance from her until my child wants to see her. And since we moved, I have been able to have and raise my child with no stress. After all, my parents came to our new house instead of we going back to my hometown. And they helped me a lot with housework and taking care of my child. I am frail, so I'm sure I will continue to cause trouble to people around me. But I will do what I can do by myself as much as I can and continue to make efforts every day to be as healthy as possible. I will always remember to be grateful to the kind people around me who support me and continue to make a happy home with my husband.